Welcome to the stream, everyone. My name is Retro Joe. It is time for another edition of Sunday Night Zelda. I will be your host for the night. We are doing the 2021 edition of The Legend of Zelda First Quest. This is a ROM hack, but it doesn't change much from the original game. Basically, what it is a redesigned quality of life improvements, couple of other graphical things, but for the most part, it is just a normal Zelda 1 rendition. We're going to play the first quest. We're going to play all the way through it. We're going to see how we do. We should be able to go for it. We should be able to go for it. No deaths, no potions, and that's how it's gonna go. That's how it's gonna go. What's up, Kevin? What's up, Dustin? What's up, Lord Wolfguard? Welcome to the stream. PJ Gigawatt, Big Daddy Joe with no love for the hoagies. I don't know what that means, Gigawatt, but if you mean hoagies as in like sandwiches, then I got plenty of love for that, bro. Plenty of love. Good evening, V. Steven Adams. Welcome to the stream. K. Sean, welcome to the stream. Good to see everyone. Happy Sunday. Let's go. We are ready to go. Shirley with the love. Tomahawk. Kevin, Dustin, PJ, Steven, thank you for the likes. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Sunday Night Zelda is on tap. We got an NDR coming in right now. Payron Hope is in the house. What's up, brother? Happy Sunday. Let's go. We got it. We got it. All right. So we ready for this? So this is going to be a no death, no potion run. Look for treasures in the dungeons, it says. So you can see that this is a little bit different than your typical vanilla Zelda game. We're going to have to delete. I'm just going to delete all of these. Why not? Let's delete all of them. And then we're going to go with the date just so we know this is legit. 3/15/26. 3/15/26. Let's start it up in just a second. Impeccable Moral Compass says, I believe in you. Thank you very much. I appreciate the confidence. Lee, welcome to the stream. 50 stars from Payron. Let's get this party started. The man says, let's do it. James Cood, welcome. Tomahawk with the share. You know, this is what you know and love from back in the day, 1986, original release. But it just has a little bit of updates. Minivan Dad, this will be just the first quest tonight. I have done a stream where I've done the first and second quest, both back to back. That ends up being a pretty long stream, about a 5 hours, 4.5, 5 hour stream. But we're just gonna do the first quest tonight. Nice, short, and sweet. Hopefully I can have some nice, smooth gameplay for all of you, for your enjoyment on this lovely Sunday. We are supposed to get a giant rainstorm tomorrow here in the Boston, Massachusetts, United States of America area tomorrow. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm not scared or anything, but I'm not scared. But yeah, we're supposed to get a lot of rain, I guess. It's gonna be something. You're from Boston too. Redonkerous? There you go. Well, welcome in, homie. Matt, and welcome to the stream. Good luck, Licks, on the stream. Steven Adams says, Sunday Night Zelda streams are bittersweet. It's fun to watch, but that means work tomorrow. Yep, that's true. That is true. Oh, Somerville. All right. I'm very familiar with Somerville. Supposed to get some heavy rain tonight, Payron? Yep. What's up, K-Sean? 75 stars from Jeff Duffy. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate that, brother. Marv with the like as well. The accent is slipping a little bit tonight, V. Yeah. So what I try to do, my Boston peeps can appreciate this. So because I'm, of course, a professional broadcaster, I suppress my Boston accent, which I do have because, of course, I was born and raised here. So I have a little bit of that Boston twang, I guess you could say. You know, we drop our R's, we do some other things. But what I do is I try to have a professional broadcasting voice without an accent. But sometimes what happens, especially if I'm tired, hungry, or stressed, the accent kind of slips out, which, you know, I'm not embarrassed by it or anything like that, but I just try to have a professional broadcast. That's all. That's all it is. Country Boy Gaming says, I know where it's all at if you want help. Oh, okay. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not going to need the help, but I appreciate the offer. We're going to go through this very, very smoothly, hopefully. Very, very smoothly. Have I met John Cena, Payron says? I think he's supposed to be from Boston. Yes, he is from... a town north of Boston, and I forget what the name of it is. I want to say it's Newbury, but I can't remember. But it is a town north of Boston, almost kind of near the New Hampshire border. In fact, I think it borders New Hampshire, the town he's from. West Newbury. Thank you, Nursey G. Yes, West Newbury. That's right. Yeah, I couldn't remember the exact name of it, but yep, that's it. West Newbury. Yeah, that's pretty far north of Boston, right on the New Hampshire border. James Alberto says, Joe, the Game Genie champion of the world. You know it, brother. You know it. You're under a no travel ban, Dustin? Is that for the huge storm? Yeah, so the upper Midwest, I believe, is having a huge, huge snowstorm, if I'm not mistaken. Thank you for the share, Ernest. I appreciate it. All right, let's get the white sword here. Let's go. James says, Joe, don't lie. You're just an everyday beep like the rest of them. Oh, dude. Hey, man. I can't deny it. I'm from the area, and it is what it is, man. It's just natural, you know? It's built into my DNA. It's built into my DNA, bro. What can I say? Oh, you're having heavy rain right now? Yeah, we're supposed to get a really bad storm tomorrow. I'll be out in it, but that's all right. I'm just gonna rage it, and I'm not gonna be scared. You know, it's just rain. What's rain gonna do, right? Yeah, I know. Masshole, I know. That's our nickname over here. You know the reason why we have that nickname, right, James? It's because this is my theory on it. Kind of like New Yorkers. There's so many people. This is specifically Eastern Massachusetts, near Boston. You know, in and around Boston. It's just very crowded, and it's very trafficky and hustle and bustle and all that stuff. So what ends up happening is people get really standoffish and seemingly rude, but basically everyone's just in a hurry to get to work to fight the traffic. So you can see, just as a side note here, I entered this level, I left, and I came back, and that door that was locked at the top there is now open. So we save ourselves a key. So a little trick is you come into level 1, and then you leave, and then you come back, and that door automatically opens without using a key. Your brother-in-law lives up here? Mike Gillis with the 2,979 days. 21 days, Mike, until the 3,000 mark. That's crazy. You love Boston, James? Yeah, dude, it's a nice city. It's just very crowded. I mean, it's a small city, so it's not like New York or Chicago, but it is still very crowded, and, you know, people end up getting stuck in traffic all the time. It's just a very busy metropolitan area. It's the city, and then all the surrounding towns and cities are just all like crammed in together. And yeah, it makes for a, you know, the theory is that when so many people are shoved into one little area, people kind of lose their inherent value, you know, because there's just so many people around. So it gets hectic. It gets hectic, you know. Cajun, what's up, brother? You never lived in Florida to say what rain is going on, James says. If you're talking about rainstorms in Florida, I did witness a severe thunderstorm in Florida when I was at the Miami Dolphins versus Patriots game. And let me tell you, dude, that was freaking brutal. So yeah, Florida just takes the cake when it comes to that stuff, for sure. What's up, Benjamins? Welcome to the stream. Benjamins? Benjamin, sorry about that. You fell, James? What? So if you don't mind me asking, James, where is your? Did you say your cousin lives in Boston? Whereabouts? Stephen Adams says lived in Manchester, New Hampshire for a few years. All right. I lived in New Haven. I'm sorry, Manchester, Connecticut, not New Hampshire. There's a Manchester, Connecticut too. But I lived in New Haven, Connecticut for about 3 months. Oh. A few feet of water? Yeah, dude. I can imagine. Oh, in the heart of the city, so actually downtown. All right. There you go, man. There you go. Some people say they're from Boston and they're not actually from the city, but people do that all the time. AJ, what's up, brother? Welcome to the stream. Devin Mills, welcome. Thank you for the like. AJ with the share as well. Benjamin with the like. Jason, Justin, Jason Lauer, thank you. Jason V. Thomas Baker, thank you for the love. James with the like. Seth, Bjorn, thank you. Let's go. Swamitsu Nami 50, thank you for the follow. Let's go. Oh, he grew up there in Florida now, yeah. Still have the Connecticut license plates on your car, Steven? Wow, must have been recent then. That's pretty cool, man. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Connecticut, honestly. There's some nice parts, but... He gave you a Red Sox shirt? Nice. That's cool, man. You know, honestly, the mass hole thing is true in the sense like I explained it, but honestly, dude, there's a lot of nice people here. It's like any place, you know? Like any place. There's b-heads and then there's kind people. I like to think of myself as one of the kind people. At least I try to be. John, who knows? Good evening. Welcome to the stream, brother. How are you on this fine Sunday? Notice how I did not get the clock. Vanner Gaming. Let's go, dude. Thank you for the heart me. What's up, Tanner? Welcome to the stream, brother. Good to see you, my man. Thank you for the gifts, brother. Let's go. Rick Nelson says, just wrapping up spring break. Was sick from last Saturday until Thursday with the flu. I know, dude. There's been a lot of that going around for sure. So I didn't get to enjoy much of it. Oh, the break, dude. Yeah, that's rough, man. That's rough. Neil and Helen, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. This is the first quest of Zelda 1. Formerly known as The Legend of Zelda, but this is a ROM hack, which means it's a little bit of a different experience than the original Zelda. You can see the self-filling map either above or below my face cam, depending on what platform you're watching on. And there's a couple little changes here and there. You'll notice it as we go through it. Spaceman says, wow, instead of Mario or Sonic, it's Zelda. Wow. Yep, that's right. That's right. Do people play Sonic a lot? I know Mario is everywhere. Darkholder says, when did you cut your hair? Last week. Last week, Darkholder. What do you think of it? Do you like the long hair or the short hair? This is the thing about the warm weather. The warm weather really does affect me, and I get overheated very easily. So cutting the hair short like this really helps me out. Benjamin says, I see this Thursday you're not doing Ancient Dungeon Plus. I am not. No Ancient Dungeon Plus this week. Instead, we're going to check out Crimson Desert, which is a new game coming out, being released on Thursday. And I have high hopes for it. It reminds me of Breath of the Wild, which I absolutely love. So we'll see. We'll see. I think it's going to be good. I watched a couple of videos on it. I read a few reviews and watched a few reviews, and yeah, I think it's going to be good. The one thing that I really, really do like about it, and that I'm anticipating about it, is that it's not going to be very story heavy, so not a lot of cumbersome cutscenes and not a lot of like pointless dialogue, in my opinion. I mean, I know like some, you know, that was one of the complaints that people were saying about it. That, oh, it doesn't have a lot of backstory and it doesn't have a lot of dialogue. It's like, dude, I honestly am not a huge fan of games that are very heavy with dialogue and cutscenes. It's like, yeah, all right, cutscenes are cool and everything, and dialogue makes the story, but they can go very much overboard with it. I think modern games suffer from that. Neil and Helen says, games like Crimson Desert are either going to be great or horrible. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I thought the same thing about Expedition 33, which I was kind of hoping was going to be good, and I could not get into it. I didn't think it was horrible. I just couldn't get into it. I wanted to get into it. I thought it was going to be really good. It's just not my style of RPG. It's, again, that was another one that was really heavy on the dialogue and story. It was just too much for me. I know. V says we're going to fight over that. I couldn't get into it, V. It was just too much. It was just like too extra for me, you know? I mean, it had its good points. The graphics were nice, but there was a lot of stuff I didn't like about it. Jason Lower says, glad to have these streams. It was stressful weekend at work. Sorry, Jason, I mispronounced your last name. I'm glad you're here, brother. I'm glad you're here. William Stelter, what's up, brother? What's up? Yeah, Crimson Desert looks good. I just hope... See, the thing is with me, everything has to be like very, very nuanced and very purposeful, right? I don't like when modern games just throw a bunch of flashy stuff in the game and rely a lot on the graphics to make the appeal. So graphics are great, obviously, like modern graphics, effects, like visual effects, all that stuff. It's great, but when you just rely on that to sell the game, then the game ends up lacking depth, and I just can't get into it. So I think a lot of modern games suffer from that. Steven says, gonna play Breath of the Wild again once I get the Switch 2. Oh, dude, the Breath of the Wild on Switch 2 edition is absolutely amazing, honestly. It is absolutely amazing. Definitely worth it. I'm hoping the graphics on Crimson Desert don't get too big of a downgrade, Helen, Neil and Helen says. What do you mean by downgrade? Tears was great on Switch too. I mean, the thing is, like, even if so, people were complaining that Crimson Desert was running like were like dropping frames and everything. And my argument is, if the game is good, it shouldn't matter if the frames drop a little bit. I'm not like super snobby when it comes to like frame rates and resolution. If a game is amazing and it drops frames a little bit, then I don't really care. If it's a good game, it's a good game. You know? They just looked a little bit different from the last play I saw. Right. Oh, I know what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah. Again, I'm not like a super snob when it comes to graphics. I think one of the reasons is I'm an OG gamer. You know? So if a game is good, it could have 8-bit pixelated graphics, and I still love it, you know, if it has that charm. If it has the charm, it has the charm. Jordan says, I mean, doesn't this game drop frames too? I guess, yeah, technically it does. You have that NES slowdown when too many sprites get on the screen. What's my favorite Marvel movie? Chris Yu says. I don't have one, Chris, because I'm not a huge Marvel fan, honestly. Not that I dislike it. I'm just not a huge Marvel fan. Never got into comic book stuff, really. What's up, Sam Lith? Welcome to the stream, brother. How's it going? Let's go. You're more of a DC guy? Yeah. What's up, Paul? Joseph says, yeah, I tend to enjoy minimalist dialogue in RPGs these days. I would count Breath of the Wild in that. Same with Elden Ring. Yeah, Breath of the Wild, I thought, had a great amount of dialogue. It's like, for example, I'll give you an example. You know when you encounter like random NPCs in Breath of the Wild, and like maybe they're getting attacked by like a monster or something, you have to save them. Remember those scenes? There was like minimal dialogue, and then the action just started, right? And perfect. You don't need all that. And then the cutscenes after the bosses, or if something like monumental happens in Breath of the Wild, is like a short cutscene, maybe like a couple minutes, and that's it. And everything was very, very substantive, and that was a great game. There were even frame rate drops in Breath of the Wild, and it didn't bother me at all. Specifically in the Lost Woods area. Thank you, The Sauce. Appreciate the follow. Welcome to the stream, and that is level 2. Favorite sci-fi movie? Does Back to the Future count as sci-fi? $29. Brian, welcome. James, thank you for the like. Let's go. 29 forever. Yep, forever 29, just like the store. Yeah, so Back to the Future and Return of the Jedi are my 2 favorite sci-fi movies. Predator Badlands? I heard that was good, James. Yeah, I heard that was good. Thank you for the follow, Dark Tangent. Welcome to the stream. Appreciate the love. Yeah, the store is forever 21. I know, but for me, it's forever 29. What do you think of that? What do you think of that? A sequel to what, James? Oh, to Predator Badlands? I have to see that. I love the original Predator. And I even like Predator 2. Even though people poo-pooed it, but I thought it was good. Let's go. James McGuire says, hi, hi, hi. What's up, dude? Back to the Future definitely counts, so that's it. That's my favorite. I was 27 6 months ago. I'm in a quantum time vortex. Quantum time vortex. You've ever heard of that? That's what happens. You can age fast or slow depending on how the vortex feels. What's up, Aaron Hughes? So yeah, that's what it is. A time vortex. That's your sister saying. Benjamin says, every year I wish her a happy 29th birthday. There you go, brother. There you go. There you go. Wouldn't it be a quantum dilation? Time dilation, Gara. Yeah. Time dilation happens when you travel close to the speed of light. And I think also when there's an immense gravity. So if there's immense gravity, time dilation happens in those two instances, I believe, from what I remember. James McGuire says, I age fast when traveling. What's up, Adam? Oh, original was awesome. Yeah, absolutely. We really can't farm anything, so there's no sense in wasting time farming. I'm just going to bowl over any enemies that come into my way. Into my path? That's probably the better way to say it. James Grazer says, I'm calling BS on that one. What? What are you calling BS on, bro? What are you calling BS on, bro? It happens the moment you get spaghettified. Oh, yeah, well, that's, yep, that happens, yep. You know, that's funny. I read about getting spaghettified by getting close to a black hole, and I have to say, I'm super curious as to what happens and what it feels like, but obviously you don't survive, obviously, because your body can't be in spaghettified form, but I don't know. I'm so curious to see what happens when you get close to the black hole, to the event horizon. I mean, there's theories on what happens, but if time stops, or, well, time doesn't stop for you, I don't think. I think time goes to infinity, or you just go to the end of the universe, I think. But from the outside vantage point, time stops. I get confused about that. But either way, I wonder what it feels like. Here's another question. Can you die if time stops? That's actually a really, really profound question. If time stops, can you die? Because then your body won't degrade any further. Yeah, Brian, I can absolutely understand that. Brian says, I age fast when driving on road with all the dumb beeps. Yep. James McGuire says, some people see two peers. I see a paradox. I like that one. I like that one. Paradox. Yeah. I love it. Technically, doesn't time stop for you when you die? Gara says. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. Any one of us astronauts, James Granger says? I wish. I wanted to be an astronaut when I was a kid, but since I have asthma, I don't think it's appropriate. I think when I was a kid, someone, I don't remember who it was, said, Joe, you have asthma. You can't be an astronaut. It's like, dude, thanks. Thanks. James Coote says, the physical body can die, the spirit can live on. The question is, does the spirit exist in a temporal existence? That's the real question, right? Time starts here, yeah. So I've done a little bit of like research on what happens when you die or why we die, right? So biologically and scientifically, why does the human body die? Well, it has a lot to do with entropy, I found out. So entropy is the measure of disorder. And you might say, well, what does that have to do with the human body? Well, the human body is a very complex collection of cells and organs that all have to be organized using... It has to be organized. And basically what your body wants to do is be degraded down into dust and carbon. And that's what you want to do. That's what your body wants to do. It wants to turn into dust and carbon, but you have to exert energy to keep it organized and all the cells working properly. That's what I learned about recently. So, you know, some cool stuff. Some cool stuff to read about. Herb with the follow. Thank you, Herb. Appreciate that. James with the like. What's up, James? Yeah, eventually your body can't keep up with entropy, and you just turn into dust again. Back to carbon. Yeah, very complicated way to say you get old and die. Right, right. That's everything in the universe. Everything in the universe wants to go to its, to put it simply, its most simplest form. So just carbon, dust, you might call it. You know, it all wants to go towards that state. The lowest energy state. Food is good, James says. Yes. Dude, get me off this subject, bro. I get into a rabbit hole with it, man. I get into a rabbit hole with it. And then I can't stop. Talk about lasagna. What's up, Dave? Regular Zelda, Dave, a little bit of a different twist with the 2021 version. 2021 edition. Oh, I forgot to put that up on the screen. On some of the platforms. Let me do that right now. There it is. There it is. Let's go. Thank you for the G's, James. Let's do it. So basically, we're done with level 3. Is this Black Ops 7? Black Ops 7 with the 8-bit filter. Bro. What's up, Barry? Ah, good Black Ops 7. We were just talking about, speaking of modern games, we were talking about Crimson Desert. And how, to me personally, graphics don't matter. Because people were complaining about the frame drop. Frame drops that Crimson Desert was... I think that was specifically the regular PS5, not the PS5 Pro. I guess the PS5 Pro is performing fine, but I don't know. Again, it doesn't matter to me, so 8-bit graphics, man. 8-bit graphics can make an amazing game, as you can see right here demonstrated. What's up, Mike H? Welcome to the stream, brother. Welcome to the stream. How many versions do they got of this game? There's a bunch, Dave. I mean, there's a bunch that are fan-made. Mostly fan-made. Nintendo officially only has one version, the original, and that's it. They've never done another version of this game. Oh yes, different varieties of lasagna. Snickerdoodle cookies are good That's what. Yes, they are good, Dave. 100%, man. 100%. I could eat any kind of cookie. I'm not picky. So that's why I don't buy them, because I'll get some and I'll eat them all, and then my stomach will hurt. I'm the same way with gummy worms and gummy bears. Number one fan in the building. Boston accent just slipped out again. That pesky Boston accent slips out sometimes. Have I had cookie lasagna? Come on, Gara. Don't say that, bro. Actually, there is cookie lasagna, isn't there? Donut from Alex. Thank you, Alex. Appreciate that, brother. How's it going, man? Let's go. Spirit is made from electromagnetic energy. You have that inside you too while you're alive, Dave says. I'm sorry, Adam says. Yeah, that's interesting. Am I a fellow gardener? No, I'm not really a gardener. No, I don't have a good green thumb, unfortunately. I wish I did, though, because that's what you call a survival skill. That's a survival skill, man. So if you have gardening or farming skills, you're a step ahead of everyone. Yeah, Gara says it's layered cookie essentially with the bottom layer being brownie. Oh, man. Yeah, as soon as I said, like, I thought you were just kidding, and then I was like, no, there is something like that. I think I've seen it before. You want a meatball sandwich now? Oh, we're talking about we were talking about the same type of garden. Yeah, that type of garden? The green type? With orange hairs? Gara says, brownie, puff pastry, chocolate chip cookie, puff pastry, either another type of chocolate chip, or you can do a different cookie for the top layer. Ay, 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 Gara, ay, ay, ay. Nursey G says, are you trying to let Joe on my secret talent? Wow, what kind of secret talent do you have, Nursey G? Well, you can't tell us because it's secret, right? Oh, look at this bee head. Let's go. James says, Joe, if the zombie apocalypse begins, or any apocalypse really, head to Amarillo, Texas. I can grow things, have firearms, and you would make an excellent scout and forager, given your physical fitness. All right, I will definitely keep that in mind, man. Thank you. Davery09, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Happy Sunday. Welcome to Sunday Night Zelda with Retro Joe. That is me. Your humble host for the evening. Ooh, chicken sausage? You made lasagna today, Jigger? What? Nice, dude. Homemade? Homemade, not homemade. TMS 640 says, what game system am I playing on? I am playing on an NES Classic with my NES controller. You know the NES Classic, the mini NES that Nintendo official released in 2017? This ain't no Tears of the Kingdom Gleeok, but it is a Gleeok indeed. And we just got a no-hit. Let's go. Post-apocalyptic team. Gerald of Rivia says, it's the South Side Irish Parade in Chicago. I made corned beef and cabbage, 24 pounds. Wow. Feeding everyone, Gerald. I have a corned beef and cabbage dinner in my fridge that I'll probably eat tomorrow. Is it tomorrow that's St. Paddy's Day? It's tomorrow, right? No, it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Well, I'll either eat it tomorrow or Tuesday. So Barry, this is a ROM hack actually. So it's the same game basically. Same game, same dungeon, same overworld, same everything. It's just you see the self-filling map up in the left corner, so that's an addition. So you can see Link's shield doesn't have the cross. It has the tree branch, kind of like Ocarina of Time. I guess that's supposed to be. Or it's not a tree branch. It's like that little design. And so the font's different. Some of the sprites are different. That's basically it, but it's the same game. So a little bit of quality improvement stuff, a little bit, and that's about it. Harbinger of Sorrow says, I have Zelda VR. You have Zelda VR, the Legend of Doom, on the Legend of Doom with the Doom engine? Is that the one you're talking about? Or is it something else? Oh, okay, yeah, it's the Legend of Doom, yep. What's up, Sean? Ronald says, hey Joe, what kind of questions are going to be answered on stream? Acceptable questions. So Ronald is asking about the new text channel in the Retro Joe Discord, which is called Live Stream Reactions. Basically what it is it's a channel in the Discord, a text channel. You can put questions in there and I will go to that channel at the end of the stream. Not every stream, but sometimes I'll go to the reaction channel and I'll answer some of the questions that are in there. You can ask any question you want about food, my favorite things, what I think of some stuff. I won't answer a super controversial stuff. I won't get into politics or... I was going to say religion, but if the question is, you know, maybe about religious history or whatever, or stuff like that, but I won't get into any controversial stuff. Basically the same rules as the stream, Ronald. So, you know, nothing controversial, nothing, mostly things that are rated PG-13, stuff like that. But game stuff, you know, history stuff, philosophy stuff, stuff like that, you know, nothing too crazy. So I mean, you might say, well, why can't I just ask you in stream? Sometimes I miss questions in stream, and so the cool thing is I can look ahead at that text channel and maybe prepare an answer. So all the questions will be there, and we can get to them when we can live on stream. So it's just a place where at the end of the stream I can be like, all right, now let's look at the live reaction thread on the Discord, and then I can answer some questions there. James Granger says, beep. But yeah, so that's all it is. Pretty straightforward. How do you join Discord, Gerald? Okay, unfortunately, I don't have a link on the talk side, which I really should. But if you go to, Gerald, if you go to the two links that are listed at the top of the talk page, It's my YouTube and my Facebook page. And if you go to one of those links, unfortunately, they're not clickable either, so you have to kind of copy and paste. I know it's a pain in the butt. You can also search me on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, or maybe you could even Google my Discord, but there is invitation links to the Discord on all services except for the Talk. So, yeah, I know it's kind of a pain. I need to get the link up there. I'm new to the Talk side, so that's why it's not all set yet. But, so yeah, so the Retro Joe Discord invitation link is on my Facebook, my YouTube, and my Twitch. So, just to throw it out there if you want to join up on it. Eddie Pence, what's up? Harbinger of Sorrow says, my son cheats work in Zelda, so I have all the guns from Doom. Oh, the cheats. Oh, cool. Really? That's pretty cool. I like that. Zelda VR Mike H is the Zelda The Legend of Doom game, which I have streamed here before. So Monty E1 says, what's the 2021 edition? Yep, it's a ROM hack, exactly. Yeah, it's a ROM hack that just has a few extra features. You can see the self-filling map in the upper left corner there. The overworld map, you see how it's filling as I go. So that's one thing. That's probably one of the major features of it. And some of the sprites are different. You can see Link's shield doesn't have the cross anymore. I think that's supposed to be like the Ocarina of Time thing on the shield there. It's like a tree branch. And the font is different. So you can see the font is a little different. The intro screen is different. So the gravestones, you'll see the gravestone sprites are different when I go there. Yeah, there's not much to it. It's basically the same thing. It's just a little bit of an improvement. Brian says, is there a Boston Marathon still going on this year? I think so. Or did it already happen? Oh, no, it's in April. Excuse me. My throat's dry. It's in April. Thank you, Monty, for the follow. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. What's up, Kelly? Can I ask to borrow money in the Discord, or can I do it right here? Retro Joe streams are not a place to solicit money, Ronald. Yeah, it's on Patriots Day. That's right. Yep. A hydrate button. I know, Gara. I have water right here. Yeah, it's Patriots Day. Yep. Yeah, so I thought the same thing. Jason J-Man Porta says, Harvester of Sorrow? Must be a Metallica fan. Harbinger of Sorrow. James Granger says, did anyone use the Game Genie on Zelda? Because I did not. I don't think there was any reason to. Well, you know, a lot of people find this game challenging. James says, the Starlink in your comment section is going berserk. What does that mean, James? Is it working? I'm a top bunk. Actually, you know what, James? You know what? I go either way. I go top or bottom bunk. How about that? How about that? I go either way. I meant to ask money, borrow money from you, not the family. DM me, Ronald. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. It's Sunday Night Zeldas. I play Zelda 1, Zelda 2. Once in a while, I do Link to the Past, but it's Sunday Night Zelda, which I do every Sunday, is just for old school Zeldas. That's it. I stream 5-6 days a week anyway, but it never works. The link, Ronald says the link never works. It does for some people, which I don't understand. And I never got the magical sword, so we'll just do this level with the white sword. How about that? How about that? As my Boston boy would say, how about them apples? The comment section is bouncing up and down uncontrollably. It keeps loading over and over again. My screen is literally blinking. Force stopping the app and resetting my phone fixed nothing. It might be on your end, James. Let me check it real quick. No, everything's good here. Everything's good on my end, brother. Is anyone else having trouble on the blue side? Ronald with a gifted sub. Let's go. First one of the stream. Thank you, Ronald. We're going to do this the hard way. I'm sorry, 2? Is that 2 gifted subs? Thank you so much, Ronald. I appreciate it. John Steelman in the house. What's up? Let's go. I'm not a thirsty one. James Coote says my end is good. All right. Yeah, you know, sometimes the app glitches out like that. Sometimes it glitches out. I don't know. I always say, these billion-dollar tech companies, I would assume, have the best engineers in the business, right? So there should be no or very minimal glitches. Stuff happens. Stuff happens. I've developed software before. Nothing's perfect. But, you know, if you have billions of dollars at your disposal, you got all the time in the world. You got all the time and money in the world. You better develop some solid software. Tested. All that stuff. All that stuff. Hire beta testers, you know? It's not that big of a deal. What's up, Nick? Thomas Baker's FB chat is trash too? Man, I don't know. I don't know. I'm looking at it right now. It looks decent to me. I don't know what's going on. Happening to you too, Mark? Wow, that's crazy. My chat looks fine. I'm looking at it right now. On mobile or PC or desktop? Thank you, Ronald. I appreciate it. Microchips, chips, or gigabytes? Flute hype, let's go, dude. I don't know. I don't know. We gotta get these tech companies to test their software. Steven says my chat's working fine. Hey Joe, what's a computer's favorite snack? I think I've heard this one before. Gara says, but it's so hard to make sure your platform is taken care of when you need to slip into your human disguise, wipe the sweat off baby rays, and find your booster seat to get into a Zoom meeting to yell at people. Ronald with the 70 bits. Let's go, Ronald. Thank you, brother. I hung out with Zuck in my dream, and I should have mentioned it to him. Did he infiltrate my dream? Cookies! Yes, cookies! Computer's favorite snack is cookies. Let's go. That's right. That's right. How could I forget? How could I forget? That's a good joke. That's a good joke. Art of the Humble says, can you not say the word Zelda? Because that's my dog's name and you keep getting her attention. That is cute. That is cute. Am I saying Zelda a lot? Let's go. If your game ain't working, chuck your NES across the room. Be a man. It's still doing it? Wow. Dude, I don't know. I don't know. Fortunately, we have a bunch of other platforms. See, this is one reason why I stream on multiple platforms, because putting all your eggs in one billionaire's basket, one billionaire company basket, is not advisable. I've learned my lesson. I've been doing this a long time. I've learned my lesson. You know how it is. I don't have to tell all of you that. If you've been with me for all these years, you know the deal. You know the deal. Don't put all your eggs in one platform's basket. Gerald says, took me forever, but I joined Discord. Thank you, Gerald. I'm sorry it was such a pain in the butt. I have to, thank you for joining. I have to get that to be much easier. I still have not figured out how to add clickable links to Talkside. I did a little research on it. I didn't have time to delve deep, but I did not see it. Their interface is not user-friendly. I don't know. Some of these computer peeps need to go to design school. You know, they go to school to learn how to code, but they don't know how to design interfaces. Sorry to be so judgmental, but it's true. Oh, you forgot your forgot your password. Okay. John Stillman says Joe's hair gets shorter every year. He's going the way of the Buddhist monk. Let's go. GG's, Benjamin. Thank you, brother. Let's go. All right, that's level 5. We're off to level 6. We have to get the magical sword. Thank you for the G's. James Granger, James Coot, Eddie Pence, Brian. Let's go. Raged it. What kind of chips is in the software? Doritos? All right. Good night, Benjamin says. 4 a.m. will be here soon, and it's Monday. All right, Benjamin. Thank you for hanging, brother. You have a good work shift tomorrow. I assume you have to get up for work. If not, have a good day regardless, and we will see you soon. Thanks for hanging. Is a magical sword in the same place? Yeah. This is the first quest. Yep. They're Fritos, James Granger says. Nick says, going to be in the 20s here tomorrow. Work gonna be fun outside. It's gonna be in the, I believe, 60s tomorrow, but it's going to rain furiously. Huge, huge rainstorm tomorrow. Gerald says, took tomorrow off. Pouring rain here and supposed to get snow tomorrow. Midwest in a nutshell. Yep. Yeah, so we're supposed to get some big rain here tomorrow in Boston. Craig, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. All right, so here's one of the differences with this version is the gravestones here have triforces instead of crosses on them. Fritos are good. Yeah, I like all types of different chips. The chili cheese ones are awesome. Yeah. Oh no, we're gonna do Master Sword. Yeah, so Craig says we're about to get hit pretty good too in Jersey. Yeah, I think it's like the Northeast. Yeah, it's, man, I don't mind it. It's just as long as stuff doesn't go crazy, you know. Track racing for the win. Welcome to the stream. Kelly says, we got about a foot of snow here last night. Wow, foot of snow. So yeah, the upper Midwest, I saw the map and it was pretty crazy with the amount of snow. I think it was Dustin saying that they have a travel ban. We had that a couple weeks ago. Freaking crazy storm a couple weeks ago. People had like 2-3 days off of work and school was like at least a week off. Tornadoes the other day. March in the Midwest is hell. Could have a snow day and 62 the next. Yeah, New England's like that too. New England can be crazy like that. So track racing for the win says, yeah, my neighbor was shoveling it by hand and the place. Oh, the plow went by and it looked like he was struggling, so he said he didn't own a snowblower. I brought mine over and taught him how to use one, let him use it and to snow blow his driveway. That's really nice of you. Yeah. That's really nice of you to do that. I helped a few people shovel their car out during that storm. It's very important not to get hit here as I get hit. Because this next room, not this room, but the next room is going to be pretty challenging. Let's go. What's up, Steve Kincaid? Welcome to the stream. 82 degrees, and the next day it snowed. Wow. Yep. Yeah, I'm no stranger to that. New Englander, born and raised. Let's go. You've been to Boston twice, Craig says. All right, cool, cool. Yeah, it is a very nice city. I was saying how crowded it was earlier. I mean, it's a city, you know. And it's an old city, so a lot of the roads aren't designed in an efficient way. So you end up with a lot of traffic congestion, but it's a city, so that's what you got to expect. It's not like the Midwest cities where everything's in a grid. It's nice and neat and organized, and the traffic is, well, I know there's traffic in Midwest cities too, but it's a little bit more organized with the grids instead of having all the crazy roads everywhere. Nurse G said I was homesick for Boston when I wasn't living there. I can see that. Eddie says the time of year when the weather is bipolar. Yep. Joe says I went to my friend's house the other day. The weight of all the snow broke the glass on top of his patio table. What? Yeah, dude, that's crazy. It was like 2 feet. Dude, Rhode Island got it the worst out of any place of that storm. GG's, Gigawatt, James Cood, Kevin, and Eddie. Thank you. James Ranger says, meanwhile, in California, we're recording record high temperatures. Yeah. What part of California again, James? I know you've said it a million times, but is it central? Like San Francisco area? Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate it. Thank you, James. Yeah, I mean, for all the complaining I do about Boston, it is a great area. I mean, we got schools, we got good hospitals, we got good infrastructure. You know, it's a decent place to live. It's a decent place. For all its bad points, it has a lot of good points. Gerald says, never been to Boston, hope to go someday. Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot to do. If you come in the summertime, there's beaches, you know, it's nice. All right, we have to buy the meat, and then we're off to level 7. Yeah, a lot of history too. So if you're a history buff, it's always a good place to come and take the tours and all that. So. Yes, wine country. Yes, Napa Valley. So that's on my bucket list, James. Yeah, that's on my bucket list. I want to do a Napa Valley tour. Hit up all the wineries. Taste all the cheeses. I'm assuming they have cheese places because cheese goes with wine. Am I right about that? They must, right? Nick says, how much are Red Sox tickets? Like, what's the cheapest? Dude, I don't know. A lot. I mean, I think they're hundreds of dollars, if I'm not mistaken. I've only been to one Red Sox game. One? Maybe two in my life. Yeah, it's super expensive, yeah. You found tickets cheap the day of, Gigawatt says. Really? So, More Orange Cats, I love that name, says, now I want to sing I've Never Been to Boston in the Fall. Is that part of a song? I'm not familiar. Yeah, I'm sure it's expensive. The thing with Fenway Park is it's old and the seats are so small and cramped. I don't like it at all. Gerald says, when I was younger, I wanted to live in the city of Chicago. Now that I'm older, screw that, and I work in the city. Yeah, I am not a city person. I grew up in a small town south of Boston. That was like basically a farm town when I grew up. It's a little more crowded now. But, you know, I grew up playing in the woods. It was very rural. So, you know, there was all woods and cornfields around me growing up. So that's how I like to live, you know. I am not a city person in the least bit. Cardinals tickets are $25, Nick says. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're like at least $100. I'm pretty sure. Like I said, I haven't been to a Red Sox game in like 15 years, and I think I want to say I've only been to 2, maybe even 1. I can't remember. I know that's a weird thing not to remember, but no dairies in wine country, Thomas Baker says. Oh, dairies. Dairies? Yeah, but don't they must have like cheese places. Jonathan says, hey, Retro Joe, how you doing? What's up, Jonathan? I'm doing great, man. Happy Sunday. People on the talk side have the most creative, funny, awesome names. I love it. Can't even touch the green monster seats. Yeah, so those are hundreds, yeah. Gerald says, I'm a White Sox fan. Those are cheap. Cubs are really expensive. Yeah. So this is what we usually do. Jonathan says, thank you, watching the stream and The Simpsons. All right. Nice. Fun night. You so ready for baseball to return? Me too, Bobby. I'm not a huge MLB fan, but I don't know, man. I'm kind of sick of this winter, bro. I waiting for like the nice weather to come back. All right, we're going to cook the meat in the fire for my boy. James Granger says, I'm in Sonoma County and we got plenty of dairies. All right, there you go, man. Yeah, I would assume like they pair the wine with cheese. I guess. I don't know. Isn't that a thing? So Eddie Penn says, you don't have accent from the Boston area. I know people in your area and they have it. It slips out once in a while, Eddie, honestly. I suppress it to be my professional broadcasting voice. But my Boston accent definitely slips out once in a while. We were talking about that earlier. When I'm tired, stressed, or hungry, it kind of slips out. Dude, what? What's up, Kenneth? Yes, fed the monster. Cook the meat first, though. I don't know. Can you hear a Boston accent? It does slip out once in a while. Wow, a lot of drops here, huh? V says, I mean, we talk about food a lot in the chat, so Joe's almost always hungry. That's true. That's true. Cooking through the game, you know it. Damage Done 37 says, good luck, my guy. What is the 2021 edition, if I can ask? You absolutely can ask. It's a ROM hack of the original Legend of Zelda. And basically, it's just a couple little few improvements on the game. Not too much, just some aesthetic things. You can see the font is different. So like level 7, see where it says level 7 right down there. The font's a little different. There's a self-filling map in the overworld. That's pretty much it. There's a couple different sprite differences. So you can see Link's shield there doesn't have the cross on it. It has the branch emblem thing from Ocarina of Time. And the gravestones don't have a cross on them either. They have little Triforce thingies. It's Triforce symbols, not thingies. But yeah, so just little things here and there that are different about it. But other than that, it's the same exact game. But it is a ROM hack. Thank you for the GL, though. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming in. Yes, it would have been damage done. It would have been. Yeah, I have a number of different versions of Zelda 1 that I'll be streaming here eventually, that I've streamed here before, and they're pretty cool, actually. Not bad. Not bad. Let's go. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, maps on good old graph paper. You know it. That's how we did it back in the day. Man, I really, this game, I went through so many fun times with this game back in the day. Yeah, this game has a lot of nostalgia for me. And I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way. This was your first game in 1987? You and me both. First game I ever saw was Mario Brothers, but first game I ever really owned and played was this one. Yes, the gold car. Yep. Yeah, it slipped out in RCG. Told you when I get tired. This and Link to the Past are my two faves. Link Between Worlds is probably another gem. I'm streaming that right now, Damage Done, on my subscriber stream on Facebook and Twitch. Because those are the only two places I have subscribers. So I'm streaming that. So that is good. T-Shift, welcome to the stream. Rob, thank you for the follow. Adriana with the rose. Thank you, Adriana. I appreciate it. We ready for this? Level 8. Same username. Yep, Retro Joe. All one word. GG's. Let's go. Jonathan says, I remember all the times my brother and I would play NES together. Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. Saturdays, you're finally doing the drawing for Tetris. Yep. So that will be for January. We still have to do February as well. Thank you very much, Damage Done. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm live on, I'm on 4 different platforms. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Let's go. All right, so level 8. Level 8. So yeah, I keep hearing about the Ocarina of Time remake. I don't know if it's just rumors or what. It's about time, Nintendo. It's about time. I want a remake of this game in Zelda 2. Maybe not even this game. Maybe just Zelda 2. My favorite platform, I hesitate to say because I'm live on a bunch of them. So just for algorithmic purposes, I'm gonna withhold my opinion on that. Link to the Past remake. Zelda 2 does deserve a remake, 100%. So I always say, that they can do an amazing remake of Zelda 2 with a modern game engine. You keep the game exactly the same, but you know, as far as the progression and the plot goes and all that, and you can take a modern game engine and make it amazing. Remember the Ghosts and Goblins remake they did? I think it was called Resurrection. Is that what it was called? So they took the game, they changed it a little though, but they took the game and they made a remake of it with a modern game engine, modern 2D scrolling game engine, and it came out great. They could do the same thing. Yeah, you see that? The overworld map there? Yeah. I want a remake of Zelda 1, 2, and Link to the Past, Daniel Shredder says. 100%. Did I play the Zelda 2 HD ROM hack? Yes. You're talking about Hoverbat's PC remake? Amazing. I've streamed it before. Level 8, let's go. Infernax is another 2D like Zelda game. Yeah, I've never played that before. There's another one that I played. There's another one that I played, another NES game. And why am I blanking on the name of it? Joe, help me out. I'm blanking on the name of it, which is like similar to Zelda 2. I'm playing it on an NES Classic. William Spurrington. Annexy William Spurrington. NES Classic. With a good old NES controller. Get the big shield. Do we need to get it, Kenneth? I think we'll skip it for now. I would love to see remakes of some of the Sega CD games, but I know that won't happen. Yeah, I think Sony is like done with game dev stuff. I'm pretty sure. You're not in the January drawing gigawatt, but February, I'm pretty sure, in March. Nice. James says, guess what, Joe? Don't come to California. Gas is $5 a gallon. Dude, here we go. Here we go, bro. Crimson Desert is on my schedule for streaming this week. It's Thursday. Crimson Desert first look release day. Check the stream schedule. Let's go. This is better. Damage done says, oh, you're on the purple side. Thank you. Welcome. Life Force, I've played it, James. It's super, super tough. Super tough. Thank you for the follow, William Spurrington. Appreciate it. I know, Double Dragon. I know, you're right. I do need to play that. A bunch of people have been asking me to play it. So the next game I want to master is Little Nemo. That's on my radar right now. I want to practice that game and master it and be able to go through it. Because I never see people streaming that, and I love that game, and I've never been able to beat it, so I think it's about time we gotta beat it. We gotta bucket list that game. We gotta bucket list it, you know what I mean? But it's gonna take practice, and it's okay. You're buying it, Steve? Nice. Yeah, dude, it looks good. It really does look good. I have high hopes for it. I looked at a bunch of reviews today and a bunch of videos of gameplay. I hope, like I always say, I hope it's not lacking substance and it's just flashy graphics. I was talking about that earlier, Steve. Need to master Back to the Future? You love that game, never passed the second level? Oh man, yeah. That game is brutal. I think I made it to the schoolhouse where you have to catch Lorraine's hearts. So like the first, like, I don't know if you can call it a boss level or whatever, where you throw the milkshakes at the bullies coming at you in the cafe, and then the next one is you're in a schoolhouse and you have to catch Lorraine's hearts that she throws at you. And I could not beat that. That's the furthest I got in that game. Oh, why did I just skip that? What? You saw the ending, thanks for AVGN, yes. And we'll skip the heart container for some reason. Oh, man. Yeah, you have high hopes for a 2v. I'm not going to get the key, Kenneth. Nope. Four-headed Gleeok, no hit. Let's go. Let's beat this game, everyone. Let's go. Thank you for the G's. Joust? No, Ronald. I've heard of it, though. I've heard of it. Greg McKinney, what's up? Small, dude. All right, we ready for this? 22 Angle says easy as Zelda in the Steries to beat. Yeah. Yeah, Link to the Past is easy too, for me anyway. Yeah, this is probably, well, for me, this is the easiest. A lot of people have trouble with this game, but I can concur on that. I should cover one eye and play this? That wouldn't really do anything, Ronald. The Link's Awakening? Link's Awakening is pretty, well, it's pretty easy up to the last few dungeons, honestly. Eagle Tower and Turtle Rock aren't really that easy in that game, but I guess it's more the puzzles that are hard in Link's Awakening than the actual combat, you know, and boss battles. Yeah. Can kind of see that. Greg, you're being summoned to the purple side by a cacophony of people. I love that word. I don't think I'm using it properly. Cacophony is like when a bunch of people yell, I think. Zelda 2 is difficult. 22 Angle, yes. I did an NDR was it last week? I think it was last week. That's one of my specialties. Zelda 2. Greg is already here, Greg Classic says. Let's go, dude. Greg, you are the Greg that we confused the streamer Greg with. Andrew Mavis says can't afford a big shield. We can afford it, but I skipped it. Not Andre. Sorry, Andre. I think I called you Andrew by mistake. $23.86. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. All the Gregs, dude. What's my favorite Zelda game? It's got to be this one. Kid Cool? Oh, that's another game, Joe. This one I have the most nostalgia for and the softest spot in my heart for, so I gotta go with that. Yours too? Nice. Gara just said something amazing in the chat. And I don't know how to respond to it. Hitless. 22 Angle says this Zelda game was the first game I played when I got my NES console when I was a kid. Yes, exact same experience I had. Greg says this one is second for me. Ocarina is number one, but I did a recent playthrough of this and loved it. Yes, Greg, I watched you do it. And I loved it. Oops. Brutal battle with Ganon at the end, dude. I was pulling for you, man. No! No! Oh, come on, bro. I was hoping for a hitless level 9. That would be crazy. I've never done a hitless level 9 run. It came close. We've come close. Yeah, you got him the second time for sure. Ganon, it was easier in Ocarina of Time than this game, 22 Angle says. Yeah, there's some strats you can use for Ganon in Ocarina, and he's not bad at all, actually. Ganon in Twilight Princess is tricky, unless you can use the fishing rod trick. You know, the fishing rod trick. Corin 10284 says a guy just beat Zelda NES hitless. Really? Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. I could probably do a level 9 hitless. Like I said, I've come very close before, but to play this whole game hitless, you know, it's interesting. It is in the realm of possibility for me. It is in the realm of possibility. He's editing the video and it's not uploaded yet? Wait, edited? He didn't do it live? I'm not taking anything away from him. Oh, he did do it live. Okay, alright, nice. Alright, cool. His live was lower quality. Got it. Alpha, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Greg says the only reason he's easier in Ocarina is because he has no RNG. Ganon here is random and invisible. Yeah. Interesting thing about that, Greg. Ganon here actually follows a pattern. He is invisible, but he does follow a pattern. Interestingly enough. You can track him. It's tough. I can't really do it with any certainty, but Captain Kirk says, considering you have 13 people, you won't respond. I'm leaving. What does that mean? Let's go. Thank you for the follow, Corin. Considering you have 13 people, you don't need to respond. I'm staying, Jay Veritas says. Thank you, Jay. Yikes, dude. I got multiple chats going on. I apologize if I miss your comment. Oh, the beehead got me in a corner, dude. Let's go. All-time favorite game. What's up, Dr. Microwave? Yes, this game is my favorite game. This game is my favorite game by far. This and Final Fantasy IV. Different genres, but love them both. Both have a ton of nostalgia for me. Let's go! Alright, pretty good, pretty good. Got beat up a little bit, but not too bad. Oh, Rygar. What's up, Blaine Av? Welcome to the stream. Blaine Ave or Av? Well, I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name. Silver Arrows, let's go. Blaine says, do you guys remember the Holocaust? I wasn't alive, if you're talking about the World War II Holocaust. Joe says, this sounds like good music to explore abandoned buildings to at 2 a.m. Let's go, dude. There are unsubstantiated rumors that Final Fantasy IV may get the Final Fantasy VII treatment, remake treatment. Aw, dude. Thank you, Jay Veritas. I appreciate that. We ready to beat this game? No potion, no unalives. The only dungeon on the game with this music? Yes. Yes. Yep. Special level 9 music. Now, you don't really have to take these guys out, but... By the way, that's Ganon you can hear roaring in the next room. Perfect. Let's go. Love it. Right at the end here. Oh. Final Fantasy IX was great. 4 is my favorite, though. If Final Fantasy IV gets a remake like Final Fantasy VII, then, you know, dreams can come true. Dreams can come true. Greg says rigged. What, my playthrough is rigged? My playthrough is rigged, bro? What? You'll never play this game, Alex? Why not? Too slow on the stun lock there. But not too bad, not too bad. Let's go. Grant, what's up, brother? All right, there it is. A no potion, no unalive run of Legend of Zelda 1 2021 edition. This is a ROM hack. Let's go. We did it again. We did it again. Thank you very much, everyone, for the follows and the gifts. I appreciate you all. We got to give some shout outs here for the gifts. Vanner Gaming, Alex, Adriana, Matt N. Appreciate the gifts. Over on the talk side, we got a gifted sub from Ronald and 70 bits. We had, I believe, some stars drop over on the face side. Let's see. Payron with the star drop. Jeff Duffy with the stars as well. Thank you so much, everyone. It's been a cool Sunday night Zelda night. We will see you all this week. Check the schedule. 100 stars from Chris Cummins. Thank you, Chris, on the way out. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, everyone, for coming in. Thank you for the follows. We will see you all this week. Full week of streaming. Check the schedule posted on the Talk, YouTube, Facebook, and the Discord. Love you all. Have a good night. We'll see you soon. Peace out. Later.